Good afternoon. Welcome to Inspirations by Terry. I am sitting in the house because my tripod broke, my table tripod. So I'm sitting in here trying to prop up my phone so I can bring this video that I just really had this on my heart about identity. Yesterday, when we were doing live, me and my husband kind of talked about it a little bit, and I just felt like it needed to be talked about a little bit more. So, first of all, I hope everyone's doing well. But I want to talk about who are we as a people? Who are the diasporan? Who are they? Where did they come from? Where did, all these people that came over here through, the Spanish Inquisition, the transatlantic slave trade, where did they come from? Who are these people? So I just wanted to just briefly touch on a few things, like growing up, we would always hear people, not always, but enough. Why don't you go back to Africa? If you ain't happy in America, go back to Africa, and just different things. And you hear things on the news, or you hear when they have race riots and just different, you never ever really knew who you truly were as a people. We were just always told that our ancestors were slaves. So, you know how if you would ask a person if they were Indian, where do you come from? They would say India, right? If you would ask a German, where do you come from? Like, where you come from? What's your nationality? Germany. They come from Germany. If you ask a Sweden, where do you come from? Sweden. If you ask an Italian person, where do they come from? Italy. The same with a Spanish person. Where do you come from? Where do you originate from? Spain. You ask a Polish person, Poland. But if you ask a black person, where do you come from? Where did you originate from? Like, where are you from? And they're black. They're going to tell you, Africa, right? But is Africa nationality? Is that a heritage, or is that a bloodline? No, it's a continent. So where do these people come from that are in the diaspora? Well, to come to find out, in the book of Deuteronomy 28, it tells us, as our people, our ancestors were ran out of their homeland because of the Romans coming to take and try to conquer them. They ran into Africa, and when they were caught and captured, they blended in, because we all were melanated people, blended in. But when they came searching for them, of course, for monies, for whatever they traded at that time, we were sold out. They were told, well, they're over here, or they're over there, or they're here, or they're there. And they captured us, the majority of us, and we were taken away on slave ships, taken away, and brutally, half of the people, not even half, more than half of the people didn't even make it. They died on the ships, beaten to death, because they refused to be taken away as slaves. There's some places that, we read and heard through other lecturers, that some people, before going into slavery, killed herself and their children because they didn't want to go into slavery. So now I know, I think my phone is just being all not cooperating, but now we know that the people in the diaspora are those people. We are from the tribe of Judah. We are descendants of Israel. That is where we come from. Every person that's in America that's black is not African. You know, I'm sure that there are some Africans that they stole and they brought to the Americas, but every person that comes there is not African, because the Bible tells us in Deuteronomy that the children of Israel, the tribe of Judah, comes from Jacob's lineage, that it comes from his lineage, and from the tribe of Judah is the ones that were dispersed throughout the four corners of the earth. So who are those people who were dispersed? The people, the blacks that are in the diaspora, that would be us. So we don't know, we no longer have to walk around not knowing who we are as a people. Because if someone asks you who you are, what tribe do you come from? Know that you come from the tribe of Judah. Know that you are, your heritage is Hebrew, that you're from Israel, that you are the chosen people, that the Bible is talking about us. You know, didn't we grow up, well, at least I did, always feeling like you didn't belong, always feeling like, what am I doing here? Or why is, you know, why do these white people, are they treating me bad? You know, or why, you know, I'm hanging with my girlfriend, my little girlfriend, and her mom doesn't want her to play with me. Why? Never knowing what it was all about, never knowing where the racism and the this discrimination and the hatred, and it comes from a long systemic line of control, a long systemic line of oppression, of superiority. And until we realize and recognize where it all comes from, we'll never really be free to know who we are, so we can go into our future the way that we're supposed to reign as kings and queens. And I thank God that he is allowing me to see who I am, so I can share who I am to others, to my children, so they can tell their children who they are, and not just say I'm a black person or I'm an African American. No, you're not an African American. Well, you are from Africa, but you are from the tribe of Judah, and you are Hebrew. You are from the line of Jacob, and you are a Jew. You are the chosen people. We were told always growing up that we were Gentiles, you know, and I used to feel like, oh, thank God that, you know, we are allowed to be grafted into this thing, you know, because he came for the lost sheep of the tribe of, for the Jews. He died. He said, I come for the lost sheep of the tribe of Judah, the house of Israel. I'm sorry, excuse me, for the house of Israel. And here we're thinking all the time that we are Gentiles, we're grafted in, but we are not Gentiles. We are the Jew people, the Hebrew people that he came for. And the other nations are Gentiles. They flipped the script, because according to Deuteronomy 28, if we did not keep his commands, if we did not obey fully, he said, all these curses will come upon you. And I talked about that in a previous video about the curses and the blessings. And because they read the book also, and they knew if they could keep us from knowing who we were as a people and keeping the commands and the laws of God, that we wouldn't be protected by the Most High. We would not repent and go back to keeping his commandments and go back to obeying his word. So they didn't teach us that. They didn't tell us who we were. So we would be over here, what do you call it? Disobeying the law, not keeping the commands, not because on purpose, but some people knew, and still on purpose, they just chose to neglect and chose to not obey. But for the most part, a lot of us were never taught the truth. A lot of us we were never taught that we are the children, that we are the chosen, that we are the holy nation, that we are a royal priesthood, that he was talking to us. We were not taught that. Half of the time, I can't even remember. I can probably count on maybe two hands how many times our pastors even went into the Old Testament to tell us that is our history. That is our history book. That tells us about our ancestors. That tells us about how and when and how all this thing got started and why the hatred, why the two nations, when the two nations, there was going to be a war between two nations, and that is why it's going on for so long and for generation after generation, because this is something that's going to take place until our Hamashiach comes back and rights the wrongs that was done to us. So I want you to know who you are as a person, who you are when they say to you, well, who are you? Like, what's your nationality? I'm Hebrew. I'm Judah. I'm from the tribe of Judah. If you're in America, the North Americas, if you're over there and you're in all those places that they were dispersed to, you are from the tribe of Judah. If you're Black American, that is your heritage. Know who you are. You are not black. Black is a color. It's a description. Your car is black. Your hair could be black. Your phone's black. But we are not. That is not our nationality. That is not our heritage. We are not black. We are Hebrew. We are Hebrew. Know who you are. Be proud of who you are. Learn your history. Go back to the book of the law. Go back and begin to read the Bible from Genesis all the way through. Learn, study, show God that you care about your history. And he said, if you love me, you keep my commands. In Joshua 1:8. In Joshua 1:8-9, it tells us that this book of the law shall not depart from your mouth. You shall meditate on it day and night. Then you shall make your way prosperous. Then you shall have good success. Only then, we have to know. We can't know where we're going if we don't know who we are and where we came from. We won't understand what's going on in the world around us right now if we don't know who we are as a people, why there's so much killing, why they're trying to kill the Black man, why they're coming against him, and why they have laws to protect these police officers in these uniforms, and they just change them from white to blue. Same people, same mentality. They just have a new law to protect them and allow them to murder our people in plain sight. Whenever at will, whenever they feel like it, always implementing new laws to say, now you got to wear body cams. Now you got to do this. Now you got to do that. No, just change the police force. Hire minorities. But they don't want it to be like that because they want to have a license to murder the children of Israel who were born in God's image, who is the first man, they want to kill that man. He's so powerful. And because we don't know who we are as a people, we don't understand why they're coming against us, because they want to destroy us as a people, because God chose the house of Israel. They're allowed to come in, but he died for us and we rejected him. But there's a reason why they're coming for our men. There's a reason why, sorry for my finger. There's a reason why that this is all happening, because they know who we are. We don't know who we are. I'm going to read this to you as soon as I find my glasses. Sorry, guys. This is not good. Let me just open this case up. Hold on. Oh, my glasses are not even in there. All right, so let me read this to you. Put my glasses on, and we are going to go to Psalms 83:4. And we are going to read what it says here in 83:4.